We found an empty barn at an estate sale, and we ended up getting frisky on top of those bales of hay. And
out of all the new and fun things we have done on vacation,
Oh, that could have been worse.
none of them have ended with me landing on my back
Ashley,
unconscious.
I don't think I've ever been so scared my entire life. I mean, Ashley was laying on the ground unconscious. I knew I had to run and get some help. There were people back at the estate sale.
And our next item up for bids, a mother of pearl mask from the Fijian Islands said to ward off evil spirits or excuse me, sir, there are no refunds or returns, and we have a dress code?
No, look, it's my girl, man. She needs help.
They weren't taking me seriously. Situation was going from bad to worse.
Please, somebody help.
Okay, can we get a doctor in the house? Do we have a doctor in the house? Can I get a doctor? How about a nurse? A nurse anywhere?
I need a doctor. Anybody.
I have CPR training.
For once, I was glad that fast-talking auctioneer was there.
What happened here?
She fell off a bale of hay.
What was she doing on a bale of hay?
What day is it?
I hear the auctioneer's voice again, and I'm like, oh no, this is who came to help me? He was trying to ask what happened, and I couldn't get any words out. It was scary.
Why is she half naked?
Because we're on vacation. Is she gonna be okay?
It's a good sign she's conscious and not vomiting, but with her trouble speaking, it's a good likelihood this could be head trauma.
Life just got real.
Call 911 now.
You didn't tell me you had an STD.
I don't have an STD.
We have this case of this young man and young woman covered in body paint who just had sex and blue ejaculate came out. I'm a little concerned. What is going on?
Even though you're a techie, I really hope you don't have an STD. And not just because I don't want to catch it from you.
Thanks.
Getting tested for STDs while you're sexually active is pretty imperative.
Can we celebrate me being STD-free before you give me more bad news?
Yes. The STD results are in. Negative, 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 negative. Not a single one is positive. I am stumped. So there are a few things that could cause your urine to turn blue, but if your urine is mixing with your semen, that could be problematic. Are you on any medications?
No, I don't take any drugs.
I am on a quest for a diagnosis of why there is blue semen. I have a battery of negative STD testing, so there has to be something else going on that we're just not thinking of or figuring out.
What about blue foods? Like, what if he had a snow cone, or blueberries, or blue candy?
Not a bad thought, but no. There has to be something else going on. I'm afraid a prostate exam is in order, and it's a little invasive. And at this point, it's necessary to do a rectal exam or a prostate examination.
More than a swab test?
It involves a finger in your rectum. With a prostate exam, you get more information than you do from just looking at semen or urine.
Worst game day ever. What's wrong with me?
You have to let us back. We're brothers. Tell me, I hear him.
Bro, I am so sorry that you have to go through this, man.
This ER is already getting really busy. Now I have a bunch of his fraternity brothers walking into the room.
You were like so sweet to be by his side.
I know, right? He's so lucky to have me.
Is he gonna be okay?
I really can't say right now, but I need everyone to leave so I can find out.
Are you sure this exam is the only way?
Yeah. I'm a little surprised that we have so many visitors who are his fraternity brothers. They were considered family and allowed back into the patient's room.
Game's tied.
Yes! Boom! Let's get out of here, man. Let's go.
Poor Chris, man. He really shouldn't have to go through this on homecoming weekend.
Finding an inflamed prostate that's painful leads me closer to a diagnosis and treatment.
Frank, help.
It was a beautiful morning. The birds were chirping, sun was out.
Rising.
It was gorgeous. And then I had the most horrible pain in my abdomen. I could not even sit up straight.
Are you nauseous or something? God, I told Aaron to cook those burgers more.
It's not the burgers. It's down there.
The pain was so intense, and the glow stick was missing. But I kept thinking, surely that wasn't it, because we had looked and we couldn't find it.
Okay. Do you think you might have like a urinary tract infection or so? No. Okay. 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 All right.
I was freaking out. I'm like, there's a glow stick stuck in me.
Which is about the only way to account for the pain at that point.
Donna's in trouble.
What happened?
I don't know. I'm not sure. It's food poisoning. It's a UTI or a glow stick in her vagina.
It became quite evident that we were just going to have to go and seek medical attention.
I had never been so happy to see ER as I was at that point when we pulled up.
There's a glow stick. There's a glow stick. There's a glow stick in my vagina.
When Donna just blurts out, "I've got a glow stick in my vagina," I about fell on the floor.
You intentionally put a glow stick in.
We're playing peekaboo. But I've never felt a pain like this.
I'm in agony. I don't know if I was exposed to something. I'm not really sure, but they need to figure it out and figure it out quick.
People often mistake UTI pain for vaginal pain.
Trust me, I've had my share of UTIs. This isn't one of them. Just check.
Well, if it is a glow stick, then there might be some complications.
The doctor was concerned that the glow stick had broken and possibly leaking the chemicals.
We're going to need to do a pelvic exam.
Nurse.
I just keep thinking, we couldn't find it when we looked for it, so how are they going to get it out?
Well, there's nothing there.
Have you ever been in a barn before? We found this perfect spot for us to get away from the crowd and have some sexy time. Things got heated, it got a little frisky, which caused us both to fall down. And next thing I knew, I was unconscious.
And I was so scared. I had no idea if Ashley would come too.
Call 911 now. I get no bars.
Does anyone have bars?
I knew I needed to get her help immediately.
Thankfully, someone had service and an ambulance was called. So next thing I know, there's bright lights everywhere, voices that I can't really make out.
All right, let's get her to imaging. Stat.
What's going on?
She fell from about 6 feet up in the air, down to her neck and back. I think her head hit the ground too.
We're taking her to get x-rays of her head and her neck and a head scan to rule out traumatic brain injury.
I was so insanely scared.
That fall from the hay did a number on you, Ashley.
I just wasn't sure how to go about it without us looking like a weird couple.
Michael fell off and...
Did you say you fell off Michael?
I felt responsible for what happened to her.
Was he giving you a piggyback ride?
Not exactly.
You know, there's so many questions. We wanted answers, but the answers meant that we had to tell what really happened.
Well, the results of the x-ray show an L5 transverse process fracture. It's a pretty serious injury of one of the bones in the lower spinal column.
This is all my fault, baby. I am so sorry.
The strain to the neck and the spine will heal with time at rest, but the results of the head CT are much more worrisome.
When I saw the looks on the doctor's faces, I started to get scared. I was trying my best to be calm. Mike wasn't doing so good at being calm.
Not at all.